I'm very humbled and honored to be able to speak today in honor of our former Rosh Yeshiva, of Mendel Weinbach Zatzal, who together with the Baruch Michaim, our current Rosh Yeshiva, our Rosh Yeshiva for over 50 years, with Shlita, with Nota Shila Shlita, together they built this institution and changed the world. As he used to say, his chavrusa in the sugya of Kiruv. Your chavrusa in the sugya of Kiruv, and I'm humbled to speak here in front of you, a man who impacted the lives of thousands of people, students, staff, the community, and I am one of them, and I hope my words will do honor to his memory. The Avrohom wanted to break the connection between Klal Yisrael and the Kodesh Baruch Hu. They make gezeres on Shabbos, Rosh Chodesh, Mila, things which says in Sefer Antiochus was the bris, the covenant between ourselves and the Kodesh Baruch Hu. They wanted to break it. They wanted to break our connection with the Ribono Shel Olam. They made a gezerah, famous Chazal, Kisva Keren Asher She'en Lechem Chelek B'Elokei Yisrael, right on the horn of an ox that you don't have a portion in the God of Israel. Says the Maral, what does they mean? They're referring to the Egel Azav. Something you do in the beginning of your relationship, the beginning of the relationship of Klal Yisrael and the Kodesh Baruch Hu. We went and we veered off, we worshipped the Avodah Zarah. We went away with the Egel Azav. Say to Yavanim, how can you possibly say that you have a chelik in the world of a Kodesh Baruch Hu? You broke off from the very beginning. That means the whole relationship doesn't exist. Who are you kidding? Says the Moral, but mitzad the Ilay, he uses that lashon, he means mitzad the Ribono Shel Olam, the connection has never been broken. Mitzad the Kodesh Baruch Hu, the connection was never broken, which is a malam in a seichel, which is something which the Yavanim can't understand. That connection is eternal. That connection that we have with the Ribono Shel Olam is most manifest when we learn the Torah Kedosha. They want to destroy our learning of the Torah because the Derech Hashem explains that the Torah is mamish, it's the closest thing that we have to Ribono Shel Olam in this world, and when we learn Torah, it's mashpia on us in a connection which is not compared to anything else. And they want to destroy our learning of Torah, because the learning of Torah, Chachmas HaTorah, stands in contradiction, say the Sfarim HaKadoshim, to the Chachma of Yavan. The great conflict was not just a conflict over who rules this place, and it wasn't just the question of the menorah, which reflects the victory that we had, but it's the conflict between Chachmas Yavan and the Torah Sheba'al Peh. They also are machadish things in their minds. We're machadish things lahavdil in our minds, but there's a big difference, because the Chachma of the Torah is God-given. The Chachma of when we're attaching ourselves to a Sefer Eloki, to a God-given knowledge, something which the Yavanim say is not shaykh. It's not shaykh to have a relationship to something which is above our understanding. The nature of our knowledge and the nature of their knowledge are two different things entirely. I quote to you from the Tshuvas HaRosh. The Tshuvas HaRosh says as follows. He says, Ki chachmas ha-philosophy v'chachmas ha-Torah v'mishpatim einam al derech achas. The chachma of the philosophy and Torah and mishpatim are not the same way. Ki chachmas ha-Torah Kabbalah Moshe Sinai. The Kabbalah is a reception from Moshe Sinai. V'achacham yidrash ba midas shenitna lidarash behem u'madam milsa milsa. How do we learn? We learn that the Gimel Midas, we're busy, Mimadam and Milsa, learn one thing from another. Alpha Pisha Devarim Even though they don't necessarily find, they don't stem, they don't fit with Teva, with the natural order of the world. Anu holchim al pi Kabbalah. Aval chachmas of philosophy he tivis. Philosophy and science is based on Teva. We call it in English, it's called empirical knowledge. V'chachamim gedolim hayu. Ve'emidu kol davar tiva. They understood everything according to what it was. Umirov chachmasam he'emiku shachsu v'hitzuchu likfor b'Torah's Moshe. Because of their great chachma, they dafka came to deny Torah's Moshe. Lefi she'ein kol Torah tivis. The Torah is not Tivi, it's not based on natural order. Ela Kabbalah, it's a reception, it's a Masorah. That's why you have to be tummy, you have to be pure with the Eibishter. Even if sometimes we learn and things seem strange, they don't go with the order of Teva. Al Tahara al Kabbalah, El B'tmimus Tisalik Lifanav. And later on he calls it, these chachmas are shnei afeichim hem zora zulizu. They are the complete opposites of one another. They don't coexist, so to speak. Zora zulizu. Unless this is the conflict between chachmas yavon, the philosophy, the chachma, and the lahavdil, the chachma of Torah Shebal Peh. And there's a conflict. Because doesn't stem. But our connection with the Torah is something which is, it's not just Chachma, but it's something which it brings us it connects us to Rabbi Shalom himself. And it's because of the fact that our Chachma is so great, it's dafka that's why they have such a time on it. As the Maral says, right? Because kiloya rotzim tia chachma, prachi he yoter chachma. It's more yona from their man-made chachma. In other words, it's like they're worried about it because they claim to have the highest chachma, and they know ours is we claim it's higher, so that's why they want to destroy it. It goes against everything they believe in. Now, who are these people? What do we say in the Al Anisim? Who are these people that decide to come against us? It says, we say. The Zaydim biyad oschei sorasecha. The Zaydim, the lashon of the Al Anisim is the Zaydim come against those who are Isaac b'Torah. What does it mean, Zaydim? So there's two psukim which are quoted by the Meforshim on this point. It says, Zaydim hilitzuni ad ma'od mitorasacha lo nitisi. And then there's another pasuk in Mishlei, Zer yeh leitz shemo. There's 2 points here. The Zaydim are leitzonim, they're mockers, and they have Yahir. Yahir means they are Bali Gaiva. They're Bali Gaiva. The Chachmas Yavin, their greatness, they're Bali Gaiva, and they're coming against the Torah because they're leitzonim. They make leitzonis from the Torah, chas v'shom. And that we won against them. It's the opposite of Torah. Who is Torah chal by? Who does it take effect on? It takes effect on someone who's a baal, with a person who has a nivus, a person who's modest. Moshe Rabbeinu was on of Mikol Adam. He was the greatest of all people. He was on of Mikol Adam. That's the one that Torah has. And the Leitzanis, the Meforshim say, why? Because oskei sorasecha. Yeah, because we're osik in Torah. What does that mean? We say we make a bracha lasak with divrei Torah. Not necessarily to accomplish anything. We didn't accomplish it. We're Isaac with divrei Torah. What can you mean? That they make litzanas from them. You're just Isaac. You didn't do anything. You didn't write a PhD. 5 PhDs. Waste your whole time in the academy. We say Isaac with divrei Torah. Why? Because we understand that the Isaac itself is what connects us to Rabban Shalom, and that they cannot fathom, and that they deny. And who are these people? They're the ones that walk in the choshech, the choshech of Yavon, the choshech. There's 2 types of mistakes you can make in choshech. It's Mesilas Yesharim, right? There's 2 things. 1, you don't see what's in front of you, and 2, you see an amud ki'ilu adam. The choshech v'olam hazeh, that the people, the zaydim, that they can make a mistake. The chachmas of Yavon. They make a mistake. They don't see where they're going. They can fall and they fall. Lead their whole lives in toys. Lead their whole lives in toys. A person follows the way of the Western culture. He's going, it's great. Falls into a life of despair. I didn't see that coming. It's like the kids who are going on the joy ride. You know, the joy ride through the mountain, and the music's blasting, they're having a great time, and then bam, go off the mountain. That's one they didn't see. But it's even worse. They see an amud for an adam and an adam for a man. They see a man, they confuse a man with an amud, with a pole, and a pole for a man. That means they think that which is right is wrong, and they think that which is wrong is right. They get confused. These are two types of mistakes, and the second one's even worse. The Torah, the Torah teaches us to walk in the light, to see where we're going, but they're walking in a world of choshech, making mistakes and fighting for the wrong things. And the Torah doesn't, and their chachma, unlike ours, which is not doesn't create a relationship with anything. They're not working on themselves, not correcting their midas. They are what they are. How else can you explain what we've been seeing in the last few weeks? The rise in anti-Semitism, in all the higher, the citadels of higher education, Harvard, Columbia, MIT. Where did these people come? What happened to their moral compass? Why are they so mushchas? What happened? Teretz says they're walking in choshech. They have chachmas yavon. They have academia, but they have no connection to Rabbanu Shalom and no tikkun amidas. And they can bribe mushchas legamri. How can anybody possibly say, come out of their mouths, that if someone asks you, is calling for the genocide, Rockmill Islam, of the Jewish people, is that called hate speech? Is that allowed on your campus? I don't know. It depends on the context. With a PhD from here and there, I'm not even exaggerating. They're not stupid, Chevra, they're mushchas. It's bad meters. It's loss of morals because all their chachma doesn't get them anywhere, and they're walking in choshek, they're fighting for the wrong thing. Wake up, let's see what we see in front of our eyes. Hashem is showing us this. Every day we've been saying, Haneros halalu kodeshem, Eilan reshus lishtamish behem. Eliroso tam bevad. You have to look at the Neros. You can't have any hana. You can't read a book by the Neros. You can't have hana from them. Why? Because they're like the Neros of the base of Mikdash. They're like the Neros of the base of Mikdash. Remember, Aaron HaKohen, Chalisha Sadas, he wasn't part of the Chanukah's Mizbech. Hashem said, the Medrash says, you're going to have even greater, because your children are going to be Mechanik the Mizbech, L'doros, for generations. That means the Chanukah's Mizbech that happened in the time of Chanukah, we are continuing it for generations. His Chanukah goes on for generations. When you light those lights, you're lighting Ka'ain, like the lights of the base of Mikdash. That's why you can't have any hana. And what does the Rokeach, the famous Rokeach, what does he say? What is the nature of that light? That light is the light, those are 36 lights and lights of the Ora Ganus. That hidden light that's put away for tzaddikim, lost lavo. That's the light of Hanukkah. And we're putting it out, and it's going to shine out into the street. It starts out very small. We can't have any hana. But I want to tell everybody here in this base medrash, a little secret, for many of us, not a secret, but we should all know. Let's remember that Oregon is, you can have hana in a certain way. You can have hana. Because it says in the Medrash Tanchuma, famous words, it says like this: a person who learns Torah, he has tsar. The nation goes b'choshech ro or gadol. Or gadol, or sheniver bayam rishon, sheganzer kadosh baruch hu la'amalei atarish v'alpeh b'yam b'layla. When you're learning Torah, you don't have to wait for Hanukkah. Every moment that you're battling over Gemara, Rashi, Tosfos, that you're learning, you are being zaykat to that Oregon is in your side of yourself, and you're in a base of Mikdash. Each one of us has an inner base of Mikdash, and you're being zaykat to that's lighting up your neshama with that ore. That very special ore. You don't have to, it's right now, you just learned. We have our ore that's special, only in every base medrash like our own. That's the Ohr Agonis. That's a very special Ohr. I want to share with you a thought. And I think it's very Nugeya. It says there was another decree. They defiled the women before they went to the chuppah. B'ol the Hegman Tchila, the women had to go to see the governor or whatever before they went to the chuppah. So obviously they wanted to put tumah within us. But Moshe Shapiro once touched up, said, so he explained as follows. They want to destroy the yichus of Klal Yisrael. They want to destroy our relationship, our genealogy. If you don't know who, God forbid, Rahman Slan, the person will know who his father is, so there's no genealogy. Because they live in the world, this world. There's no such thing as genealogy. There's no such thing as yichus. There's no such thing as looking back. But we think we have to go back. We know who our fathers were, where they came from. We look back. We look back, ultimately coming to the Avos and ultimately coming to HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. We know where we came from. Yichus, going back, having a Masorah. They believe in Olam Kadmon, that the world is just here, it's eternal matter, it just is. So they want to destroy the Yichus. We're speaking here today in honor of our Rosh Yeshiva, Rabbi Mendel Weinbach Zatzal. Rabbi and Chaim together, we speak how, together with Not Shila Shlita, our Rosh Yeshiva, how they restored the Yichus in Klal Yisrael, how they brought back the Yichus to all the people that had lost it, the Masorah, going back for generations. Last week's Parsha, Yosef Atzadik, he's about to sin, He sees Diyukno Shel Aviv in the window. Diyukno Shel Aviv. His father's image appears to him in the window. And it says, Yosef, what are you doing? I'm paraphrasing. He says, you're going to be written on the Avnei Ephod. You're going to be on the stones together with your brothers on the breastplate of the Kohen Gadol. Do you want to be instead, should be written that God forbid you're together with harlots? That's what you want written? And he stopped. Yosef Atzadik looked back. He was able to look back. He was miraculous. Obviously, he had Diyukno Shel Aviv. That's his shorest. That's where he's coming from. But it wasn't enough to just look where you came from. You got to look where you're going. You got to look where you're going. You got to look at. You're going to be on the Avnei Ephod. You're going to be on those stones of the Ephod. Yosef, that greatness that's within you, you're going to lose it if you do what you're about to do. The miracle that we live in this yeshiva, that restored the Diyukno Shel Aviv to a generation of Jews. Thousands upon thousands of Jews have come through here and have now seen Diyukno Shel Aviv. But it's not just that. The greatness of Ohr Somayach is it's a yeshiva. It's a yeshiva where people are shy to the Ohr Agonis, where people learn and shy and develop their potential and who they are as Yidden. The houses they're going to build, the Jewish homes, the Jewish communities, and what they do with their lives. And if they go to work, they may make Kaddish Shemayim in the workplace. And if they choose to go into like Kaddish, they'll be Rebbeim, Rosh Yeshivas Afilu. This is the yeshiva which put together the past with the future. Every one of us has to realize that Hanukkah is a statement. We have the past. We know where we came from. We're not like the Yavanim. We don't believe in eternal matter. We believe that this world is created, yesh me'ayin, it came from no, we know where it came from. We have to go back. We know where we came from. We all came from Avrohom, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. We're Yehudim. Yehudim is not Shem Shemayim. Yehudim was Mekayah Shem Shemayim Rabbi. That's where we came from. But we all have to find out where we're going. That light that you're lighting is going to light up the whole Rishus HaRabim. One day that light's going to spread out. We're now at the darkest part of the year. It's going to spread out and light up the entire Rishus HaRabim. It's going to spread out. We have to light up our own Rishus HaRabim, my dear friends. We have to light the Hanukkah lit within ourselves. Look back to where you came from. Look back. You now are connected with the shoresh of who the Jewish people are, but then you got to look forward. You're Avnei Ephod. It's true. We're not all Yosef Atzadik. We're not all going to be in the press play or going God. But you know what? Who knows where we are? Who knows what we're meant to be doing? Who knew 50 years ago that a little place in Novardik where the 10 guys could start and become a major movement? I don't think they knew it. But they knew they were doing the right thing. And they had an idea. So, are we going to make another Ohr Somayach? You're going to make your own Ohr Somayach within yourself, and who knows what the future lies. But you have to look forward. You have to have your eyes on your potential, what you can accomplish, your own Neiros Chanukah, and Be'ezras Hashem together will light up the Rishus Rabbim and bring the Mashiach Tzidkenu B'mhera V'Yemenu. Amen.